Alright, Feel the Elusives. This is one of the many decks that is up on my website, and the base concept is very straightforward. We've got Teemo here as one of our two champions, which is elusive, so it can only be blocked by their elusive units, as well as Ezreal as an elusive threat. And while these champions do things on their own, the main thing we're interested in them is this elusive keyword. The other part of our deck name comes from this card, Feel the Rush, which says summon 2 different random champions from your hand and deck and raise their stats to 10-10. So basically the combo finish in this deck is you play Feel the Rush out, you get a 10-10 Ezreal and a 10-10 Teemo, and you crack your opponent for 20 with Elusive, which is a pretty sweet combo finish at the top end. The rest of this deck is kind of just a Freljord PNZ interactive mid-range deck. We got things like Thermo Beam, Mystic Shot, some Get Excited, some Tavern Keepers to stay alive. And then we've got some things like Rummage to help us filter through our deck to find our couple copies of Feel the Rush. And then notably, we've got 3 copies of Progress Day at the top end of our curve here to help us gas up. And then Wolf Rider and Progress Day are 2 different ways to cast Feel the Rush ahead of curve. So if we draw Feel the Rush with Progress Day, we can cast it for 11 mana, and then Wolf Rider's Plunder can get us mana gems ahead of curve. Our elusive cards also synergize really nicely with Wolf Rider because they provide a nice way for us to get in guaranteed damage to trigger Plunder. And then one reason why this card is awkward is if you're attacking on odds instead of evens, you can't play this card right on 4 with Plunder. However, with Mushrooms from Teemo, if you have an early Teemo and get a little bit fortunate, the Poison Puff Caps that he plants in your opponent's deck could trigger on turn 4 when it's not your attack and get you that Wolf Rider out ahead of curve when you're looking for. So let's go ahead and dive on into some more games with this and see how it feels today. Pseudo Pally, thanks for the 5 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Jinx Draven. So, aggro matchup. Definitely mulliganing these 2 to start. I think we'll keep Sentry here as a cheap blocker, and then Static Shock to deal damage to a couple of things is great. Morning Dauber. And struggled to find safe turns to pull off Progress Day. Depends on the matchup. A lot of the time you're using your life total as a resource with this deck, so you're basically just racing against the clock to get to your Feel the Rush in some matchups. Depends on how your hand plays out. Sometimes you're a little bit more controlling and using your removal spells to play to the board. Other times you're using them as leech. Teemo on 1 is nice. Usually they don't play Thermo Beam in this aggressive deck, even though it's in their regions. That's pretty good, though. I'm just passing here. I think we take the hit for 3, we bank this 2 spell mana, and then we go ahead and Static Shock these 2 next turn. Seems like a game plan. Get Excited is actually a pretty okay draw, because this kills both Draven and Jinx, which are their 2 champions. Think I'm playing this and then Get Exciteding this. Yeah, Suit Up's not a card you usually see in their archetype. It's very good with these Daring Poros, though. Morning, Scissor.
Time for the moneymakers. Look out for Reavers.
I think I'm ditching the Rummage at this point. I don't really have anything worth discarding to it. If we hit, like, exactly a Mushroom Maker, I feel a little bit sad, but otherwise this is okay. Morning, Maka. Well, we've got a lot of Thermo Beams, chat. I think the play here is, like, Mystic Shot this and then Beam Draven. Hopefully they play out something else worth Mystic Shotting. Suit Up is also pretty good with Flame Chompers. It's a neat piece of technology in their deck. It's not one I've seen a lot of before. So, killing their O2, like, isn't super exciting here, but I have so many beams in my hand, and these always take all my mana, that I definitely want to be able to just work my way through them.
Draven down. It's Draven time.
And, like, this is annoying, but not the end of the world, so, like, this'll attack next turn. We'll get to play Kindly Tavern Keeper, go to 16, or go back to 13, and then we'll get to beam this, which is nice.
Now we're cooking.
Okay, now we're Mystic Shotting this, so that way we can... We're Mystic Shotting this so it doesn't kill Teemo, and then I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if they axe this here to level him up, but with the Mystic Shot, we'll have 4 mana left over to kill a level Draven too, which is nice.
Rules are made to be broken, like buildings or people.
You should try blinking sometime.
Huh? So they're gonna get to level Jinx here, but I'm gonna get to kill her. I think I'm actually chumping with this Teemo now at this point, though.
Time for the moneymakers.
Yeah, I think with the level Jinx, I don't think I can take 11 here. That's almost assuredly a death sentence. I think we throw Teemo under a bus to gain 6 here, go to 8. There's a logic to not thermo before combat, because I want to spend my mana. I also kind of want them to discard their hand. Like if I want to thermo beam Jinx this turn, and if I thermo beam Jinx pre-combat, there's a good chance they don't play the axe. I think we can go Teemo Sentry here and then thermo beam this.
What's the worst that could happen?
Hey, Dirty Digits, be nice.
Yourself in the...
So, actual factual best draw in their deck.
These old eyes still
Actual factual best draw in their deck. I mean, it wasn't even their last card. Their hand was empty. Their hand was actually empty, and they drew that.
Draven down.
So probably dead here. Really needed, like, I feel like we had gotten to a point where the board was stabilized, and it was basically first one to a draw 3-1, and they hit this immediately, and we don't have a progress day in sight. Yeah, the discard aggro deck is very good. I think a big part of why the opponent's archetype fell off is a lot of the content producers in every game influence the metagame, obviously, and a lot of the content producers in Runeterra, especially the more spiky ones, tend to be feel smart players that prefer mid-range and control decks. So even though decks like discard aggro are very, very good, they don't tend to get a lot of screen time. Silaris, thank you for the 26 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Il Harry, thank you for the new follow. I appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. You get a new keyword augment. You can find my thoughts on augment and daily spoilers on my YouTube channel in this playlist here. I'm going to be posting stuff up there every single day. I'm going to mulligan all of these and keep the Wolf Rider. Ideally, I'm looking for an elusive threat to enable the plunder on here. I'm going to assume that was a misclick, King Ben. Some mods have buttons next to their thing to quickly time people out, and sometimes chat jumps. That's why you were untimed out. I believe spoilers usually go up at 10 or 11 PT. I don't remember exactly when it was in previous seasons though. No, we had one spoiler yesterday. We had one new card in the augment keyword yesterday that we went over. That's up there to start the playlist. Normally 42 minutes. Okay, yeah. Okay, it was earlier. So 11 a.m. Sweet. Yeah, we'll pull up the spoilers on stream every day when we finish our current game and go over them. And then the segment with just the spoiler review will get uploaded to my highlights channel for your viewing pleasure as well. So that new YouTube channel, the highlights channel, is going to have one deck list highlight posted every single day. And then during spoiler season, there will be a second video posted every single day there. That's my review of the spoilers for that day. But there will never be more than 2 videos per day on that channel. They'll all be Runeterra focused. Dingle, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. At this current point in time, no one at Riot has contacted me about doing any spoiler stuff for this set release. Godfall is a third-person action RPG game that's on PC and PlayStation. We're going to be playing it on the PS5 today as a sponsored segment.
Get out of here! Ready the torches. Light the signal fires.
Our hand is super awkward here. Rummage actually helps this hand a lot because we can go ahead and smooth through some of this clunkiness. I think I'd actually rather have Feel the Rush than Progress Stay here, because hopefully we could just survive till we get to the point where we play this. Thermo Beam's kind of nice. I think we just go ahead and beam this aboard here. Yeah, Infamous Second Son looks good. I'm looking forward to playing that tonight too. Wolf Rider looking a touch awkward here. I think I'm just playing Chump Wump out.
I got ways to find me mushrooms. Excuse you. Hey, excuse you.
Just gonna take this trade here. I guess I could take this trade and take a little bit of a hit to my life total. Opponent's deck notably doesn't usually have reach in it, other than They Who Endure.
Excuse you.
I'm gonna block like this, and then hopefully we can attack. They'll attack with this extra bit to block here. They have Doom Beasts as reach. Ooh, that's a good thought. Yeah, they probably do play some Doom Beasts.
escapes my watch.
Yeah, you don't really get to play around Atrocity, though. Atrocity's gonna kill you, gonna jump up and kill you regardless. Okay, we got a ton of interaction here.
Look out for Reavers.
Huh, you know what? I'm actually gonna go ahead and do here in their face. So that way I can plunder one of these this turn. Although I guess there's a chance that... Yeah, I'm gonna go for that. This gets kind of punished if they have glimpse and they can they can power this up in response. If they like glimpse in response here, I'm gonna have to Mystic Shot this. And then I won't be able to play the plunder, but the upside of getting a plunder trigger here is pretty high.
Smell that, Varg? Fear.
Beer. So Ezreal is not quite leveled up here yet. This deck does not level him as quickly as some of the other Ezreal decks. If we can dodge They Who Endure, we can dodge a ball here. Well, poop.
Stop bragging if you can back it up.
I want to go home.
I'm gonna go ahead and Mystic Shot this.
Sure.
Dingle, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. I think we... This is putting me to 5.
We feast tonight, Varg.
So if I draw a Mystic Shot, an Ezreal, or a Gotcha, we can kill this before it hits us. Okay.
Hello, Daddy.
Hello, Jacob.
Obstacle?
Who's got 2 thumbs and dies to Fury in the north and Atrocity? This guy right here. I can't play with you right now, but I'm working, but you can play if you want. Oh, you need me to set it up for you? Okay. And that is unfortunately how... It's funny how... Calm down, bud. It's, They Who Endure has fallen out of the meta, but my experience against it remains the same. You catch up right until the point where... Calm down, bud. You catch up right until the point where you're about to be okay and stabilize and win the game, and then they have both They Who Endure and Atrocity and you die. Never lucky. Hey, thanks for the sub gifty, Milo. I appreciate that. Good morning. So, Trundle Tryndamere, they are a control deck So I think I'm going to keep Rummage with the Chump Wump and the Sentry. I'm going to mulligan the Static Shock. Is that your hero?
Yep.
You are level 37. Go slay some monsters. What? It is insane.
See the
I bet you can do it.
Here. Safeguard our home.
Jake. Easiest gotcha of my life here. We get to kill this, and then we can open attacks. Open attacks to this. For those of you who are new to the channel, that's Jacob. He's my oldest. He has recently become very obsessed with Minecraft Dungeons.
For the homestead.
We played it off and on for a little bit, but we played it on stream together Saturday night, and he's just been glued to it ever since when he's not doing other stuff.
Smell that bar?
Blunder.
Fear.
Send your kids to breed Pokemon. Maybe someday. It was a fun session. It's a loud session, though. Definitely. Jacob's got a lot of energy. What age did they start playing Minecraft? Declan started being really into games when he was about 4, and Jacob started playing more games when he was closer to 5. And they're 5 and 6 now, so they've both been playing for about a year. If you're a parent with small children who's looking for a great first game to play with your kids, I would highly recommend any of the Lego series games. All of the Lego series games are fantastic for playing with your kids. They're kind of like action platforming games that have like puzzles in them, but you also get to break a lot of the terrain to solve the puzzles. And the small amounts of combat in the Lego games, you can't lose. Your character just gets rebuilt when it dies. So it's very, very forgiving, and there's lots of fun settings. Like we have Jurassic Park and superheroes and Harry Potter. They basically come in every flavor you can imagine.
They walked around.
Yeah, Marvel. We have Marvel superheroes and DC villains. Villains is probably Declan's favorite. He and I have played a lot of Lego games together.
Another day in the field.
Yeah, they're also just great casual couch co-op games. If you're someone that enjoys single-player puzzle games and you have a partner or a friend that you want to play games with, they're fun for adults too. Like, one of the reasons why I recommend them to parents is I just like playing them as well. They're just good games. How is online school going? To set a bar that's low, online learning is going better than expected, but at the same time, like, my wife and I are very fortunate to be in the spot we're in, right? Because, like, my job here, I have some flexible hours. I was able to split my schedule a few hours morning, a few hours evening, and my wife has a work-from-home job as well that understands and gives her some flexibility also. I don't think we're putting Puff Caps into their deck with these Rummages in hand. I'm also, like, not in a hurry to play these Rummages because they're a burst spell and I'm not burning mana this turn. It also honestly might be right to play these if they don't kill Teemo, so waiting to see what I want to do here is nice. I'm probably rummaging away these Tavern Keepers in this matchup as well.
I smell a fight.
Now Tavern Keeper sounds more appealing, although it is worth noting I don't have to play around Atrocity out of them, which is nice. I could theoretically feel the rush as early as next turn, right? Well, if those were the correct discards last turn. Damn it, deck.
This'll be a slaughter.
Never forget, chat, the shuffler is as rigged as the earth is flat.
I'm not done.
So, normally against SI control, I don't think our deck has that bad of a matchup, but this opponent is notably playing Ionia as their second their second region in their deck, which means they have access to deny
Success is plenty
almost
your
assuredly, and having access to deny makes our field of rushes a lot worse. But it also got us under a pretty quick clock with this Tryndamere.
Swiftly.
Freed.
That the best you got?
I'm back.
Gannon, thanks for the 15 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. So this is the point of the game where, like, we're actually pretty unlucky here. So we have 3 progress days in our deck and 2 field rushes, and we're now 17 cards into my deck without any of those 5 cards. One of the changes we made last time we played this deck was actually going up a progress day and adding more rummages to cycle through our deck more, and just not finding what we're looking for, unfortunately. Rook Jackson, thanks for the 21 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. I think the Ash Nox deck is one of the many decks that is very reasonable in this format. I personally don't care for it, but it definitely has record/results that make it reasonable. All right. Beat me a Tryndamere, Scotty. The downside to beaming here is it takes all my mana, which means if I draw a Field Rush next turn, I can't play it. There's deny. It's very possible I should have blocked here, expecting a deny. But there's also a chance, like, if I block, then they don't deny me. Yeah, maybe I'm supposed to block the 2/1 to cantrip. I can see that. Oh, it's fearsome. Yeah, you're right. It can't.
2, 3, 4.
This is our last Teemo. Oh, that means Field Rush only gets one thing. I think Progress Day is probably too little too late. He did. Tryndamere was going to be a tough nut to crack early regardless, and the fact that we just, like, the turn that we passed and burned 5 mana without a Progress Day was probably the point of no return, I think. Morning, Dr. Jazzin. I don't think that's strictly true, Milo. I think that deck's actually very good against the Frostbite decks, like what you're talking about there. Huh. So I think I'm keeping these 3 for curve purposes. I think I'm mulliganing the Wolf Rider because I think I'm going to have a hard time connecting with anything. There's a good chance Ezreal trades or dies before we get a chance to make Wolf Rider happen. We're also notably attacking on odds. Man, the Shuffler is just, like, dedicated to giving us the same thing back today, huh?
Swiftly. This doesn't mean everything.
Easy trade here if they attack. Opponent must have tipped the dealer, right?
Time for a true display of skill.
I can't Mystic Shot anything this turn, but I also think I want to just use my mana.
One shot, all skill.
Think I'm trading this for this. It might be right too, though, honestly.
That's gotta hurt.
The sun's out, the crowd's ready. Let's reckon!
That's very good with Flame Chomper here.
I salute you! The height's as big as his biceps. It's the seed! Noxian strength!
Oh, they have a vision here then, right? I assume that's why they're blocking here. Ever not.
Oh, take your time, pal. It's not like I've got better things to do.
Ready the torches!
So we're gonna take 8 down to 12. Short Chance not a terrible pickup for dealing with crowd favorite over the course of a couple of turns.
Hey, Mom's still out the yodel in uniform.
Lemon Tea, thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. Welcome. More Poro Cannon is real scary.
Draven time!
I think attacking with this is right, because if they block here, it lets us potentially set up a Mystic Shot to kill this.
If I fall, so be it!
Axes coming right up.
I'm not dead yet. Tasty Nightmares, thanks for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. Magic Modi, good morning. Thank you for the sub gifty. So good chance we get burned out from here. They've also got a bunch of elusives, so I assume we're dead.
What's the worst that could happen?
Hey Manu, thank you for the raid. Hope you had a good stream this morning. Welcome to folks coming over from there. Playing some Feel the Rush elusives this morning to start. So, Trundle Tryndamere, this is a control matchup. I think we keep Rummage Chump Bump in the control matchup. I'm going to keep Progress Day as well. I'm actually going to go ahead and mulligan the Feel the Rush, though, because I already have one piece of top end, and ideally I would like to draw a Feel the Rush with Progress Day to make it cheaper. Yeah, and the discard aggro deck draws well. It can definitely just run you over. Ezreal is a fantastic draw here. Going to let us use our resources efficiently, which is nice.
skill.
Does the new channel change anything in the giveaway? Nope, we'll still be giving away a dragon pet based on comments left on Runeterra videos on my... You can comment on videos on the new channel as well to get entries for the dragon pet giveaway. I'll still be picking winners for that a week from now, a little over a week from now. Runeterra videos I post for the 14th. We'll give you entries if you drop comments on them. We should be, if the pattern from last spoiler season holds up, we should get a new card drop here in like 20 minutes, right? If I'm remembering correctly. Yes, 1 entry per comment on different videos, my sticks.
I don't miss.
This attack was bad. Huh? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna unfumble here a little bit. But okay, so I've wasted a Mystic Shot, but Mystic Shot's not super useful in this matchup anyways. So this Vile Feast into this block is because they're setting up Avalanche here. So I should have only attacked with Ezreal here. This attack was a mistake. I get to rummage away this Mystic Shot, so it's not like all bad, but it's definitely less than ideal. Opponent played that well and set that up appropriately. I should have read what they were doing a little bit sooner.
Come on in.
Come on in. This will likely be a Sentry Bank Spell Mana turn. If they want to kill my Sentry, I'm pretty okay with that.
Escapes my watch.
Avalanche me, daddy. If they Avalanche here, we'll drop Teemo open attack. If they don't Avalanche, we'll bank Spell Mana open attack. Vengeance, my Ezreal. Yep.
Another day in the field.
That's a thought. Yeah, I could Tavern Keeper the Ezreal.
You'll never know what
As an aggressive Vengeance, their hand must be pretty clunky. You don't want to spend their mana that turn like that. Now I have to decide, do I want to Pogger's Day this turn or do I want to get in my Wolf Rider? Getting in Wolf Rider seems most appealing. These are Troll Lands, also known as Twitch, an Amazon subsidiary. I guess I'm not really sure what you're referring to, Caperly, because I'm not playing Omen Hawks, and I already have 4 Chump Wumps, or 3 Chump Wumps in my deck. Maybe you started with an older list, a different list. That is not indicative of the deck list that I'm currently playing.
For the thrill of battle.
Did I not update the list on my site last time? Now you're gonna make me double check. Did Past Jeff make an oopsie? Oh, there are Hawks in the list on my site still. Okay, I'll make a note to update that. Missed that sometimes, a lot going on.
Bow to your king. One smack'll do.
And they are an atrocity deck this time around. Yeah, we're just, again, not really going to be able to play around that.
Look out for
I guess I'm blocking with the hope of drawing a Field Rush.
torches.
So that way we can try and combo them next turn. And then die to Atrocity in response.
I'll scout ahead.
I guess I could technically play around Atrocity by Tavern Keepering here, but I don't, like, again, like, so this is where it comes, the actual optimal play is this. I could technically play around Atrocity that turn by playing the Tavern Keeper and healing, but I don't have a route to victory in that game. So, like, again, card games aren't about just beating that turn. It's about forming a plan to have a strategy how you actually win the game, and we definitely don't have an out to win that game at that point. I'm into all of these. The Troll Chant is pretty okay into Demasia's stuff. We have Chump Wump as a blocker / enabler for Teemo. We got Mystic Shot as a piece of removal. Good luck, AC. Catch you after the game.
Boarding in. I'll scout ahead. Adventure starts with mushrooms.
The adventure starts with mushrooms. That deck was surprisingly competitive, press a pick. The highlight of it is really good.
Never know what hit 'em.
If you didn't see us combo people with Teemo and Gems yesterday, it's really good. You'll want to check it out.
Here I am. Wherever here is.
I think I'm just double Mystic Shotting here. Yes, you can, Wrestling. That's fine. They're gonna need to play out, they're gonna need to play something else out for this to support anyways. They'll be able to deploy Chump Wump as a blocker.
By my honor, you must die.
I got ways to find me much.
Hey, so Teemo's dead. That's fine, though.
Faster.
Try me. On down. Try me.
Throw free.
I think I Puff Cap here to get an extra point of damage on the Fiora. I don't have a Rummage Insight anyways, so it's not a huge loss of resources.
Sharp blade, sharp mind.
So they have a barrier here to save this.
Counter and strike.
6. So I could technically Troll Chant and keep this alive, right? This will be 5 and this will be 4. Keep their Fioras from leveling. And then we can beam her aboard afterwards. So Sharp Sight doesn't do it here. Notify does.
You're covered.
Fingers crossed, no Rangers resolve. Man, brutal.
Let's use all the colors.
On guard.
Protect and strike.
Well, she would have leveled.
2 down.
Oh yeah, you're right. Leveling gives her an extra toughness, right? We actually just do this to start. And then Lulu healed her back to full, which is a little unfortunate.
My shield is
So the
full.
goal here, this is 11, this is exactly 15 actually. That's exactly 15, right? This is 11, 15. All right, well, we can draw a burn spell.
I never hold back.
Watch my tires spin. Oh, God, it's been a brutal set so far today. Let's try one more, and then hopefully we'll get spoilers at 11 a.m. And then we'll probably play something else. That's true. That's true. We did technically get our monkey pod burn spell. Turbo beam kind of applies. Any plans to play Cyberpunk 2077 on stream? Not until early next year, Nemesis. Streaming new big titles right when they come out as a smaller streamer basically means you get buried in the game category and no one can find your channel. I will be starting the Godfall segment in about 2 to 2.5 hours from now. Save in. No, thank you. I appreciate everybody that's going to hang out for the Godfall section today. Another discard aggro deck. Let's see if we can have some redemption or if we're going to get stuffed in a box for the 3rd time today. So far, discard aggro has just been putting us in a tiny box and throwing us away, champ. Ezreal attacking on evens is really not great. Pretty sure I'm just blocking defensively here. Just trade early, trade often, basically. I like the arcade mode too. Gavin a Blast, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel.
Oh, it is a great day for a reckoning.
Yeah, I'm actually interested to try Godfall myself. I had also seen the mixed reviews. So
1, 2, 3, 4.
I've disagreed with people in reviews on video games before, though, so I'm interested to see what this one feels like. Easy block on Teemo here. Feels like we might actually be in a spot to do okay here. So I've got Troll Chant to save Ezreal from a deal 2 next turn. And then he's going to generate a Mystic Shot to kill this, so it feels like we're in a pretty okay spot. Okay.
The people are my strength.
Is TLOU The Last of Us? I think that's an acronym that would represent.
Who's ready to wreck it?
Generally speaking, I like third person view action combat games. It's a lot of what we play here. I have not played any of those titles. Prey Waits, no. This feels like a weird hook.
Watch and learn.
Basically, if it's not a card game and there isn't a video of it on my YouTube channel and it's come out in the last 10 years, I probably haven't played it. For the better part of the last decade, I had basically only played card games before I started doing variety stuff on stream. This is 3 damage, right? It's unfortunate. I'm gonna go ahead and double Mystic. I think if I double Mystic Shot this, it hopefully sets us up to... You know what? You know what I could have done there? If I would have double Mystic Shot Troll Chanted, I could have saved Ezreal.
So many questions.
I think Horizon Zero Dawn is my number one title of all time so far. That game is really good. Yeah, it would have leveled, but like this still would have like challenged her to kill it, and then I wouldn't have mana to Pogger's Day this turn. So I think I'd really rather just Pogger's Day this turn. Like the board's relatively empty.
Me too, kiddo. Me too.
Yeah, can we just go ahead and beam one of these two damage things? So you get to drop Teemo next turn, crack them, trigger Plunder, get this down.
Reporting in.
What the is that?
Oh, Draven. Oh, Draven.
Raven time.
Looking good, kid.
Does he always curse only when he sees Teemo?
I stand for Noxus. I gotta work with this joker. They're out there. I'll spot them.
Okay.
Tear them apart.
Tear them apart.
Ready the torches.
Do I want to save Teemo or save my 4-3? Probably Teemo. Going down to 5, which is a little scary. It could also be right to do it here and deny them an axe.
Bastards.
good. It's a good pickup.
Tell me mask, secure me tail, start the day.
Rules are made to be broken. Like buildings or people.
You should try blinking sometime.
Okay, and then we finally get to do the thing, right? We just pass the turn here and do this next turn. They're gonna get to level Jinx, but it shouldn't matter. This is my dance. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
What the f is that?
I'm on a roll.
Alright, and then it looks like we've got new spoilers up on Twitter. Well, okay. Well, I was gonna start pulling up Twitter spoilers, but now we have to sit here for a second.
Armed and ready.
People have been really rude with the emotes today. I think they're still dead because leveled Ezreal, right?
Not for everyone.
Yeah, we're gonna do spoiler review in just a second. We gotta finish this game. So this puts us to 1.
Bye-bye.
So this is 4 and this is 1. Okay, alright. Well, we technically have lethal. Alright, sweet. They're dead. Yep, good game. And 3 to spare, chat. 3 to spare.